Hello guys and girls, it is I, Aaron Lee here. Or you can call me Aaron Halo 18. That is my YouTube channel. If you want to check it out today, I'm going to do a video about Peter at an exclusive learning to crawl Sketchbook and meet Spidey's newest foe. Raymond Perez shares his early work on Clash, the character who will rock Spider-Man's world, by Jim Beard, published March 27th, 2014, updated March 27th, 2014. Share at Facebook, Google Plus, Twitter, and email. And it has 6 comments. An Amazing Spider-Man issue 1.1 hitting the shelves May 7th. Writer Dan Slott and artist Raymond Perez began to spin a new tale of Peter Parker's earliest days as a superhero. Think of it as month 1. But call it learning to crawl. It's the first 60 days of Peter's schooling, web-slinging, and Perez can't wait for readers to crack into the book. We've cozied up to the artist for a few words on working with Slott, looking into Spidey's history, and a new villain waiting in the wings to strike. Marvel.com said, Raymond, what does it mean to you to be asked to illustrate learning to crawl? Raymond Perez said, I was quite flattered when editor Steve Wacker approached me for the project to work with Dan Slott on basically a year 1 story of Marvel's premier hero. Is truly an honor, with Dan following in the footsteps of Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. I look forward to creating a timeless tale that will gather dust on many a bookshelf. Marvel.com says, hopefully no dust, but plenty of page turning. So what's the biggest thing? So what's the best thing about working with Dan Slott? Simon Perez. This is my first project with Dan. And he is a super talent and a super fan. And damn, does he know his stuff? The aspect I am enjoying most is that Dan writes his scripts in the old school Marvel fashion. This allows me to play with panel count and beats on a page more so than a more contemporary style script, which plays to my strengths. This method really speaks to the collaborative opportunities of the graphic novel storytelling medium, which I think can be lost with more modern style scripts when artists are told to adhere to strict panel counts and visual descriptions. Marvel.com said the story takes place in the past. What kind of research did you do for the story? Did you look back at the first Spider-Man story? Raymond Perez. I read through Amazing Fantasy issue 15, as well as the first 4 issues of Amazing Spider-Man. but I also dwelled more into Ditko's work than I ever had before. I really wanted to get a strong feel of how he rendered / depicted Spider-Man, as I wanted to take Spidey back to his visual roots. Clash design sketch by Brian Perez. It clashes is a Spider-Man from different universe. Marvel.com. I can't really. It's a sketch of one of the characters named Clash. He's got circle of lines around him. Marvel.com said, "What did you feel was most important about portraying both Peter and Spider-Man at such an early time in their past?" Raymond Perez said, "Spidey and Peter have been seen through so many iterations over the years, from cartoons to movies to toys to the electric company. My intro to him and the many artists who have illustrated him over the years, I really want to take him back to his original roots of smaller eyes, etc. That he's a boy, not a bendy rubber spider. There's a creepiness to his posturing in the earlier issues as well. With all this in mind, I'm really trying to keep things quite classic." Marvel.com said, "Will there be cameos from other Marvel universes Densons in the series?" Raymond Perez said, "Oh yes." Marvel.com, "What about the new baddie, Clash?" Actually, Clash is a bad guy. What were your initial thoughts on when you first found out about him? Raymond Perez said, "This was an amazing opportunity to create a character that fit into Spider-Man's early rogues gallery, as if Ditko designed him himself. It was by no means an easy challenge when first put forth, or so I thought. Surprisingly, though the design was settled upon, it was pretty much the first one I put to paper while doodling at a cafe one morning. Some slight adjustments were made while discussing things with Dan and Nick Lowe, our new editor on the team. The thought process going on was to riff off of Spidey's costume, as this is what Clash does in the comic. I wanted it to go simple and iconic with the design, as I think costumes these days have gone into over design, not as bad as the 1990s, mind you, but there are still so many unnecessary elements thrown into designs. So I often wonder if artists consider the fact that they will have to draw those costumes / characters repeatedly for pages on end. Marvel.com, how do you feel now about the finished design? Raymond Perez said, with regards to the final look, I'm quite happy. I originally wanted Clash to be purple and yellow. His costume color is classic. If you will, to echo his name, but after some discussion, it was thought that the yellow might lead too much towards electro in the field of electricity. The white came from the idea of the iPod. And how that pretty white device in its early ad campaigns have come to reflect the modern music scene. Marvel.com said, after learning to crawl, are you looking forward to more Spider-Man projects in your future? Raymond Perez, if the right one came along, for sure. There are so many great characters in the Marvel Universe. I'd love to put my spin on, like The Thing as a private detective, or the Starjammers and some adventures in space laughs. Space. I have a strange love for some of the more bizarre characters. Hell, let's do up Anger the Screamer. Angar the Screamer. And there's like 3 different sketches for him. There's like circular lines on his head. He's got purple and white. That's where these look like, purple and white. And that's it for this article. Learning to Crawl kicks off in Amazing Spider-Man issue 1.1 by Dan Slott and Raymond Perez on May 7th. Related characters: Spider-Man. Tags: Clash. Learning to Crawl, Raymond Perez. Spider-Man. I'm not going to read the 6 comments. First one is by Twisty. This is a real this is a real awesome looking costume. Want to like Spider Dash Ham is amazing. Reply to the first guy. Yeah, it would be if it was a woman. For Tim is amazing. Reply again. I joke. It does look cool. Next guy is Richard Cahoon. Said cool. One like. Next guy is passing through. Saying replied. Does sound pretty cool, doesn't it? Totally. And then they said, replied to, yo, who is this? Me, a noob. Well, that was it for that article. Well, it looks like this guy is a new villain for a new Spider-Man villain, that is, and I hope you can understand that. I am a huge fan of Spider-Man myself. I really like Spider-Man. So, yeah, that's why I did it. And I hope you will please rate, comment, like, favorite, subscribe, view, opinions, and thoughts. I hope you like it and enjoy it for your viewing pleasure, guys and girls. I hope you like it and enjoy it for your viewing pleasure. Stay tuned, guys and girls, for more. And drink some hot chocolate. And I'll see you all later. Okay, bye.